Alright boys, welcome back to another video with my Ninja. I picked up a few things for this bike. So one of the things being some spools. So these spools, you guys can't really see them, but they say Ninja. So these spools actually go right here, and they are for a motorcycle stand. And so I did pick up a stand as well. It's right here. And along with the stand, I got frame sliders. And then we also got some low profile mirrors. So before anything, I'm gonna put this bike on a stand. And first I'm gonna put these, what are they called? Spools on. And they actually say Ninja. So they're pretty cool. So yeah, so we got the spools, the frame sliders that are over there, and we're gonna put these on both the spools and the frame sliders with Loctite, because when you're going on the highway or you're riding, the vibration can loosen it. So some blue Loctite should do the work. Also, I got this double bubble tinted windscreen. So this one's gonna sit a little bit higher than the stock. And the reason I got that is because when I get my phone mount, which is gonna go right here, when I get that phone mount, I want the black windscreen to at least give it some shade, because I've heard that it's kind of hard to see the screen. So as for the low profile mirrors, as you guys know, there you go. As you guys know, these mirrors are really long. They're like bug ears. So what I did was I got some mirrors that are usually on like ZX6Rs or Ninja 300s. They're a little shorter, so they go up to here. I'll show you guys the difference right now, but first I'm gonna start off by putting the spools. Okay, so these specific spools will look like this, and they will go right in here. Right in here. Okay, so there's a swing arm hole right there. Now, here's the spool. Now I just want to put some Loctite on there. After putting the Loctite onto the spool, you put the spool into the thread, and you'll just start putting it in. Now I want to make sure that the Ninja's sticking up, so I'm going to put my phone down really quick and tighten it while I'm holding the black part, and then I'll show you guys when I have both of them on. Okay, so here are the actual spools on the bike, and yes, I know the bike is dirty, I'm about to wash it, but we just finished putting the other one on. So now I'm just going to throw the bike on the stand, which is over there, and then we'll start with the rest of the things. Okay, I did it. That was a lot scarier than I thought, but here are the spools with the stand, and this stand is, I don't know what brand it is, but it cost me 50 bucks on Facebook Marketplace. So it's just a, I guess, generic stand, but I did it. It was kind of sketch because it was my first time ever doing it, but yeah, this is the Ninja on the stand. So the reason why I got a stand is because I do want to do the chain maintenance, and I just want it to be a little bit easier for when I am doing maintenance in general. So I got the stand, I got the spools in. Now I'm just gonna put the frame sliders in right here. So I'm gonna do the same thing. Loctite on that frame slider right there. So I'll cut to the point where I have the frame sliders on. These are the frame sliders, and these are just generic Amazon ones. So all I did was screw them in, and it was that easy. So what I'm gonna do now is get started on the windscreen, and then the antenna, these little antennas right here. So I'm gonna show you guys the difference between this one, the OEM one, and the shorter one that I got that you usually see on like ZX6Rs and whatnot. Okay, so here are the regular stock mirrors, and here is the aftermarket one. Now you're probably saying like, bro, that's just a regular mirror. But no, as you can see, it is drastically shorter. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in, and then I'm going to leave the other one in, and I'll show you guys the true difference. So these are from Kemimoto on Amazon. So let me put it on, and also the windscreen. There will be a difference in the windscreen too. It's going to go a little bit higher because it's like a double bubble windscreen, and it's also going to be tinted. Okay, so I don't want to screw it in all the way because I do have to take it back out so that I can take the windscreen out. But this is the main difference. As you guys can see, this is the shorty one, and then this is the long one. Now this one is adjusted so that I can see behind me. This one is too. Look at the difference. This one looks so goofy compared to the more shorter one. So once I put both of them in, you guys will see the biggest difference being that it doesn't look so buggy, like kind of like bug antennas. So it's gonna make it look just a little bit sleeker, but it's not gonna be the little tiny like flap mirrors that you cannot see behind you and get you killed. So this is gonna be kind of the safer option if you do want to look a little bit more sleek, but not unsafe. Boom. There it is with the mirrors on. Now I haven't gotten the bike and adjusted them yet, so they will look a little different, but so much better. And then the dark windscreen. We got the short stem, and then the dark windscreen looks super good. Personally, I'm really happy with how it looks. I thought that the other longer mirrors were a little bit ugly, and I also didn't really care for the dark windscreen, but I do like that it's a little bit taller. It's called the double bubble. So if you guys can see, the difference is that right here has a little bit of concavity that makes it go up, compared to the stock that doesn't have that. So the stock is just kind of like on there. I do like that the stock says Kawasaki, but it's cool. But this one kind of comes up higher, and it just looks really clean. And so when I get my quad lock with my phone mount on there, it's gonna be super clean, and hopefully it's gonna shadow it a little bit so that I can see the screen while I'm riding. Okay, so all in all, for these mods, which is the double bubble windscreen, the shorter low profile mirrors, the frame sliders, the front and rear stand. I don't have the front stand, it's in the garage, but I'm not using it right now. I'm just gonna use the rear one because I got the spools. So for everything together, this was $50. The stands were $50. The mirrors were $40. The double bubble windscreen was $40. These frame sliders were $20. And the spools were $20. So do the math, it's a little under $200. And I'd say none of these mods are actually making the bike less safe. For instance, in the garage I have some of those little skinny mirrors, the ones that kind of fold in and you cannot see anything behind you. Those are dangerous. Those I would never have on a bike. I personally don't care how these little fat mirrors look. I just didn't like how the Ninja 400 has really long ones. I like that these are a little bit more like low profile. But yeah, everything came out to like under $200. And I also have an exhaust coming in, so that video will be coming up soon. And yeah, I'm just gonna wash the car, and I'm gonna wash the bike, and that'll be all. So yeah. All right, So yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. God bless you. Stay tuned for that exhaust video in like a week.